Hey family, what's good? This is your girl, I'm the Bronze Goddess, and I'm actually here today to do another strawberry letter. Before I get into today's video, I want to remind you guys to check out my book. It's called The Dating Game, How to Find Yourself While Looking for Mr. Right. You can purchase this book on Amazon, Kindle. You can also get it from barnesandnoble.com, but I also have a brand new book called Breaking the Man Code, The Key to Unlocking His Heart. This book is currently available for pre-order. I will link where you can pre-order the book below on Amazon and Kindle, and it will officially be released on Saturday, August 13th. Anyway, without any further ado, let's get started with today's video. Let's go get him. My boyfriend can't see his daughter. Hi BG, I have watched your channel for many years and I find your advice that you give in your strawberry letters very encouraging and helpful. I've been in a relationship with my boyfriend for about a year now, and a couple months into the relationship he let me know he had a daughter from a previous relationship. At the time his daughter was less than a year old and he would get to see her occasionally. However, from what he told me, sometimes he plans to see the child, but the child's mother would cancel at the last minute with no explanation. He went to court to get visitation and was awarded joint custody, which resulted in the child's mother taking off with the child. He tried unsuccessfully with the police to locate her, and they recently told him that their hands are tied and there's nothing that they could do. The reason I'm writing you is because this has affected him negatively for our entire relationship, and I think it's at the point that he's going through a depressive state. He tends to isolate himself from everyone at times where he won't talk to anyone for days, including his family, and he cries often. I asked him if he felt like it was a good time to be in a relationship, and he told me that he couldn't be without me and that I mean everything to him. I'm not sure what to do. I love him. I feel like I need to be a good girlfriend and be there for him through this tough time in his life, but I'm not sure if this is a good time. Now, your strawberry letter is cut and dry and actually pretty much to the point. I feel like if you love him the way that you do love him, this is a time for you to see him through. You said that, he told you that he can't be without you, and he's, even through this tough time, he's still reaching out to you. He said he isolates himself from family and friends whenever something is wrong, but it sounds like he left the door cracked just wide enough for you to squeeze through. Even if all you're there for him is as a friend, even if that's all you can do right now, that's what you should do. This is the difference. For me, I feel like when you truly love someone, it's not always going to be hearts and flowers, unicorn and glitter. Sometimes they're going to be really tough times, hard times, life-changing, life-altering things are going to happen, and that's when your relationship is really tested. I feel like this is a test to see how much you truly love him and how strong you guys are in a relationship. Because for me, this is actually this quote from Marilyn Monroe, and it says, "If you can't love me at my worst, then you don't deserve me at my best." Forget it being a good time for a relationship. This actually is about more than just the two of you. This is about his child. And this is about him being depressed and you being able to show up as being an amazing girlfriend. Honestly, stuff like this is what typically separates a girl with wife material from a girl that's actually a wife. I actually have a whole chapter about wife material to wife in my new book. But this is the kind of thing, this is the better or worse type thing they talk about in your marriage vows. And although you're not married to him, this is the time that you need to be strong and be a good girlfriend. Because what you would be saying if you walk away from him right now is, when tough times come, I'm out. When it's not about me, I'm gone. This is when you need to be there. Even if all he needs you to do is listen. If all he needs you to do is hand him Kleenex. I'm not saying that you should sign up to do this for a long, extended amount of time, but he's going through something right now. You didn't say this was years. You didn't even say this was months. It is something that he's going through. And sometimes even the strongest man has to lean on his wife or have to lean on his girlfriend. And if he's showing you that he loves you enough, he's isolated himself from everybody but you. Even despite all he's going through, he's still trying to hold on to you. And I feel like you should be there for him just as much. I feel like you should be there for him because he needs you. Like I said, I'm not saying do this for 6 months, do this for a year, but see him through this time and see if you can get him to climb out of this. Talk to him, see if you can help him figure things out. At this point, if the law can't do anything, maybe he needs to get a lawyer and see if he can, go some kind of legal route to be able to find out where she is. But she can't just take his child and leave, especially if he's paying his child support. He should at least, you said he was awarded joint custody and he should have visitation. She can't just disappear with his child, a child that he's paying for. A child that he's actually taking the time to care for and be there for financially. Some men just walk away. And the fact that he's this heartbroken about his child is a little bit endearing. But as long as he can actually move forward from this pain, move forward out of this depression, then there's a chance there. You can say, okay, it's enough of us crying. It's enough of you crying about it. I want to be here for you, and I understand what you're doing, and I understand why you feel the way that you feel. But now we have to actually do something. Because if the relationship progresses, this could be your stepchild in the future. But to leave right when he's at his lowest, when he gets back up and gets back on his feet, I don't think that he would be reaching back out to you, because you wouldn't be proving yourself to be somebody who's loyal. Love is not just, things always going right, things always being amazing. Love is work. And it sounds like this is the first time that you've ever had to roll up your sleeves and put in the hard work that love requires. But if you love him the way that you do love him, the way that you say that you love him, it's time for you to prove it. It's time for you to be here for him when it's not about you. Be here for him when it's not about dates and you being glam. And it might be time for you to hand him a Kleenex or be the shoulder for him to cry on for a moment, until he can pull himself together. But if he cracked the door just wide enough for you to be in there, even if all you're trying to do is be a friend to him, the man is down. Even if all you are is a friend at this moment, you take the girlfriend hat off for a second and say, you know what, you're really going through it and I just want to be here for you. He'll never forget that. And this is not leverage. This is not coins that you're putting in a bank, some kind of emotional bank that you're going to crack at some point. This is not for you to get leverage or for you to use this against him. But just as a human being, when somebody is down this low, you said all he does is cry and he's depressed. When he's down this low, I never feel comfortable leaving someone like that. Like I said, it doesn't have to be a relationship. It doesn't have to be boyfriend and girlfriend. But just as a human being, he needs someone. It sounds like he's reaching out to you. Be there for him in his time of need. So I definitely feel like this is worth mentioning. It definitely sounds like your boyfriend's child's mother is a handful. She sounds very bitter, she sounds very vengeful, and it sounds like she knows the best way to hurt him is through the child. So if you do pursue a relationship with him and you guys do manage to get over this hurdle, you have to realize this may be a lifetime, or at least until the child's 18 years old, ordeal. And it's really up to you to decide if you think that if your love for him is strong enough for you to be able to deal with this. You have to actually look into the future. Okay, do I love him enough to deal with this other person? Because you will have to. Do I love him enough to deal with his child? Because you may have to. Like, you have to look into the future. How much do you love him is the greater question. Do you love him enough to be there for him through his tough time and to sign up for this as your future? Because that's exactly what you'll be doing if you stay. Anyway, that's my opinion. You guys may have a differing opinion, and if that's the case, be sure to state it below. And if you want to hear more of my love and relationship advice, be sure to check out my books. This is The Dating Game, How to Find Yourself While Looking for Mr. Right. You can get this book on CreateSpace, Amazon, Kindle, and you can also purchase it at BarnesandNoble.com. And be sure to pre-order my brand new book, Breaking the Man Code, The Key to Unlocking His Heart. This book will officially be released on Saturday, August 13th, but there's also a giveaway associated with those of you who pre-order the book now. I'll link the announcement video on the screen and also below, so you can find out how you can win a Canon PowerShot 350 digital camera by pre-ordering this book. Alright, I love you guys, and I'll see you all in the next video. Till next time, later divas and dudes. Deuces, honey.